direction with what we're doing. I don't think, I'm not being disparaging to any of the singers, but I don't think anybody has fitted in quite so well to what we're doing now, to the direction that we're taking, and to the music that we're writing and creating and recording and producing and playing. Jack, his voice is just tremendous. And the only way to prove that is for you guys to come and see us and tell us and you know. But there's in 4 years now.
Yeah, 4
years Jack's been with us. We started off. I can't remember what your first show was. What's your first show? Rock and Blues.
Rock and Blues back in 2005.
We did Rock and Blues with Blackfoot.
No, it was before that. It was like Butlins.
Oh, we opened for Whitesnake.
Yeah. No, we weren't. Yeah, we were working for Whitesnake.
Yeah. You're throwing in all these names, and I'm like.
Sorry, that was we did that. It was the original Whitesnake Company Snakes, the original boys without Mr. Goverdale. Which that was that the first? That was your first show.
That was my first show.
It's Baptism of Fire. It's a good show to start with.
3,000
people come.
Let's talk about your latest album. It's called Animal Instinct. Just tell me about that album.
Jack's going to tell you about that album.
Thanks.
I'm older for that.
11 songs, all originals. We are so happy and pleased that we had to not fight, but we actually had a lot of talking about the track list, because everybody had his own idea. So that this means that all the songs were good. So, and that's something that makes us really proud of it. And it was a big challenge at the beginning, and it was, I guess, one of the easiest thing to do, because we got the song, we got the riffs.
We did. You know, in the old days, bands used to, and you know, I don't even think I can name a band where you could put a record on, those old-fashioned, like, black plastic things that were 12 inches. You could put a record on, and every single track you could say, that's fantastic. Even if you were like a fan, you'd say, that's fantastic. And the Tygers were guilty of this as well. There were what you would call filler tracks. So you would open up with your strongest song, your next strongest song. Maybe you'd put out what they call a filler. Now you're looking puzzled there. A filler is a track that, of course, you love it and it's great, but it's not.
It's not electric.
It's not. It doesn't set your brain on fire.
Yeah.
Like the opening track does, and like the closing track used to do on an album. You can always either go, I'll play track 1 and I'll play track 8, right, or track 9. I like both of them. So what's in the rest of it? This album. And again, I'm not gonna say, hey, you know, this fillers in this album. I'm very close to it, obviously, but this album, we had such a struggle to do a track list, because every single one of the 11 songs is so strong. We're puzzled at how we're going to fit them together.
Yeah.
There's no fillers at all. I think that's quite unique. However, you know, the public will come back and they will have their opinion, of course. But it's the best thing that the Tygers have ever done, without a shadow of a doubt.
And it's a band album, meaning everybody's contribution has been, was there, and so it was really the 5 of us rehearsing, playing together, getting the songs. It was not like somebody, even if there was somebody coming up with a personal idea that was developed by the whole band, which is something that sometimes doesn't happen. Sometimes you're getting more and more used, also due to the fact that sometimes it's hard to get 5 people together rehearsing, because we're struggling with everyday life. But apparently we were all so focused and so positive about the songs that they all came out, and we all feel like that it's our children, so that's a good thing.
Cool. When's the release date?
Release date is April the 21st. Looking at Simon, my manager. April the 21st or thereabouts.
Okay.
It comes out in Italy first, because we're touring in Italy.
Yeah.
and then it'll come out in the UK and then in subsequent foreign territories.
Yeah. Awesome, great stuff. There seems to be a bit of a rival about 80s bands at the moment. Do you think that's great for the rock scene at the moment?
It is. Original bands are great for the rock scene at the moment because we've had about 15 years, I think, of tribute bands, which is.
It's okay, but it's not.
It's okay, but it's quite sad because if there's tribute bands, that means that the original bands have gone, and that's kind of quite sad, really. But there's so many bands that are, original bands that are coming back now. So maybe the music scene will reignite. The other thing that we need to do is to get all the viewers and all the listeners out of their very comfortable armchairs and come down and buy this fantastic stuff that after about 7 of them makes you fall off your chair and your mouth just slips off and you go, and it's really, really good. But you don't get that if you sit in front of your telly and watch Coronation Street. You really don't. You've got to come out and experience it and enjoy it. And if you come and see us, we'll make damn sure you enjoy yourselves.
Absolutely.
And I think that actually the tribute band and cover band have done their work, meaning they at least they continue the tradition of rock music played live. And I think that there's a really big part of the new generation, 18 years old guys and things like and people like that they kind of thought, well, why should I listen to a tribute band if there is the original band playing? So the things that we notice is that there's a lot of young kids, that they want to know where it all began. So and having the chance to see the original band coming out. We've done some festival last year, and it was like that. Meaning they were all eager to know everything about.
It's like a new generation, if you want.
Exactly. And apparently, the last 2 years were all about 70s, and they move. The trend has moved to the 80s.
Yeah.
And we're from the 80s.
I'm from a bit before that because but there you go.
You're 25.
25. Yeah. And there's a bit of VAT on there.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? You see, that's being old. You just forget. We were talking about tribute bands and
it's a new generation of bands.
It is, yeah. And not only are the kids coming, but obviously the mums and dads are coming as well. Now the mums and dads are maybe from my generation or a little bit before. So you're getting that lovely span of people again, which used to come to concerts in the 70s and through into the 80s as well. Yeah. So it's becoming a more a family event that the dad says to the son who's maybe 10. This is what you want to be listening to, not all this hip hop skateboards.
It's the proof that rock and roll is part of everyday culture. The fact that apparently instead of being a difference between parent and kids, it's now something that maybe can unite because a kid can go to the vinyl collection of his father and find something I could be interested in, which was something that my generation didn't have. His no. So that's completely different, and to me it means that rock and roll is just part of the culture. So it has changed skin. It's not more